We are live 364 days a year.
What are we doing here?
If Dom turns at SummerSlam, I'm shaving my moustache off. I've told you, if that happens, it's going. My lip is cold because of a stupid bet that I made with YouTube.
Oh, good.
Wrestle's better than Daniel Bryan Daniels. Better than Okada.
How do you not get sushi after Monday Night Raw?
Good evening from Swansea, wrestling fans. I am your host, Ben Allison, and you are watching Wrestling Republic's daily broadcast on a wonderful Wednesday, and we have a lot of wrestling news to talk about. Plus, we are going to be creating a Mount Rushmore of all-time NXT stars. That's going to be fun later on in the show. But before we get into that, we need to get into the panel, and let's kick things off with Clark Taylor. How are you, Clark?
I'm double fired up to be here now, Ben. The real intro is back. No more of that what up and then good evening from Swansea. Just straight into good evening from Swansea. I've wanted it. We got it. I was afraid I was going to get intro, but we didn't today.
We didn't.
Only you get that joke. Happy, what is it, Wednesday, everybody? Let's get into some wrestling talk.
Absolutely. For some context, me and Clark were recording a video before this. I was about to hit record, and I went, what should I say for the intro? And he goes, intro. But also joining us today, we have Josh Markowitz. How are you, Josh?
What's up, Ben? What's up, everybody? I'm doing great. Hope you guys are all doing great as well. Another great Wednesday, Wrestling Republic. One of my favorite days for sure. Talking news. Look at the topics. We got some great topics. Actually, probably the best topics I've seen on a Wednesday show in a while. And, you know, Mount Rushmore of NXT stars coming up later. I'm excited for that. That's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a fun one, that is for sure. We got Fernando Zayas in the chat. Shout out to you. And J.E_2crazy X978 over on Instagram as well. Shout out to you as well. But without further ado, let's get into some news, and let's kick things off by the big bombshell that Triple H revealed yesterday on the Pat McAfee show, and that is that Cody Rhodes is going to be at WrestlePalooza. And I'm going to be honest, guys, I'm really annoyed by this, because I love Cody Rhodes. But why would you spoil the fact he's coming back? I mean, they're clearly going to be doing Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton, so presumably Cody's going to take out Drew McIntyre after the match. Why spoil it? It's not like they're struggling to sell tickets. There's already Brock Lesnar, John Cena on the card. There's already the return of AJ Lee teaming with CM Punk. I can't get my head around this, Clark, in the slightest.
Yeah, this is shades of one of Cody Rhodes' good friends, all ego, Ethan Page. I mean, it screams all ego here. It's like, he's going to be gone. He's filming Street Fighter. There's no way he's going to be there. There's no way he could dissatisfy the fans like that. So, of course, it's got to be announced. Ruin the surprise. Don't make it cool. Why would you? Dress up in a suit like you always do. Wear the tie clips. Yuck it up with all the fans, high fives, and all lovey-dovey. And do your thing, but I think it's as big of a joke as you do, Ben. I don't get it at all, but it is on brand for Cody Rhodes. I'm not shocked by it in the least, because it is exactly what Cody Rhodes would do here.
It's not Cody Rhodes' fault in this situation. He wasn't involved in this. Triple H announced him. How is it his fault in any way?
And it's always Cody Rhodes' fault. Who do you think asked Triple H to announce him? Cody Rhodes.
Exactly. So you're saying Cody Rhodes was like, I'm not going to go to WrestlePalooza unless you announce it ahead of time?
No, I think he said, all these people are saying I'm filming Street Fighter, and I don't want to be a part-timer like John Cena or The Rock or potentially Roman Reigns. The last thing I want is the internet wrestling community to get upset with me. So then he was like, hey, Big Trips, do me a favor. Let him know I'll be there. He's going to show up.
That is just outrageous.
I'm absolutely confident that's the way this went down.
No way in a million years did that happen. DCX Warlord says, it's not confidence, it's all ego.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. This is Cody Rhodes' giant ego speaking to us all as wrestling fans.
Fernando Zaya says, agree, Ben. There is no reason to spoil this at all by WWE. It doesn't make sense at all.
Thanks a lot.
Not Cody's fault. We've got Charlie Hunter 2011 over on Instagram who says the greatest NXT wrestler is Seth Rollins. I mean, that's an interesting pick. He wasn't there for long, but he was the first champion. We'll get into that later on. But before we do, Josh, what about you? What is your thoughts on this Cody Rhodes WrestlePalooza extravaganza?
Yeah, it really is an extravaganza. We got AJ Lee returning, we got Brock Lesnar returning. So yeah, why do we spoil it? I don't know. Seems like it was a mistake, but the way watching it back, it didn't seem like it was a mistake. He seemed like he went into the show planning to announce Cody Rhodes will be in Indianapolis. It's weird because Cody was written off TV, right? Drew McIntyre attacks him. You expect, okay, we'll get Cody versus Drew, but that's not happening. It's too soon. And Randy versus Drew is probably going to happen. So yeah, Ben, like you said, Cody's probably going to interfere, but it's really weird to announce a return and then announce that he's going to be there, and then he returns as if no one knew and interferes in the match. It's super weird. So they're going to have to set something up where it actually makes sense. If Triple H messed up, I'm sure they're figuring that out right now. The only reason I can imagine that they announce it is because, this is a really, really big show for WWE, for, the audience and the brand TKO. There is their first show in ESPN. So once again, they are debuting new stars in front of a whole new audience, and they have to show off their top guy, and that is Cody Rhodes. So I can only assume that perhaps they just decided they want to promote him. They'll put him on the poster because he is their top guy, as rather than having him come back and some people are like, okay, who is this guy? Not that he's not a household name. I think he is, but I think there's a certain level of that they want to promote him because he is their top guy, and this is a new audience that they're going to be showing him to, especially people that have, ESPN Plus and are just browsing around, see the pay-per-view, click on it. But other than that, I don't know. I think this was a big mistake, like you guys are saying.
Absolutely. And you mentioned maybe it was a mistake by Triple H. It's entirely possible Triple H thought he returned on Raw, and that's why he's going to be on the event, because as we know also from the Pat McAfee show yesterday, Triple H hasn't watched this week's Raw. He wasn't there. He was doing Kill Tony. He was having some laughs, making some jokes, and he wasn't even aware Stephanie Vaquer wasn't on the show and the contract signing was cancelled for a reason still nobody knows.
And she ends up on Tuesday.
And she's suddenly on Tuesday.
We saw her on Tuesday
takes
night.
2 days off, and it just all goes crazy.
But look at this, to my earlier point, Ben. You're giving Cody exactly what he wants. He set this up perfectly. He's never going to put himself in a position to be criticized by his beloved fans. And you guys are out here like, oh, it's Triple H's fault, not Cody's. And, it's just good for him for being there. And, oh, shucks. Cody Rhodes. I'm tired of the oh, shucksiness. It's bogus. I'm tired of the oh, shucks.
You're absolutely
this
crazy.
Is absolutely his call. He's like, I'm not going to get left out of the party. Let's talk about me more.
It's no way was he making Triple H go on this show to put him over. That was not happening.
There's no way.
You're giving him exactly what he wants right here. The Rolling Stones said you can't always get what you want, but you're giving Cody what he wants all the time.
Do you know the worst part about this, Josh? He's infecting the comment section with this nonsense.
Right.
And you is agreeing with him. DCX Warlord agreeing with him. Fernando agreeing with him too. I mean, it's just everybody is just he's infecting.
I feel like he'd rather return if he really was a narcissist and get that big pop. Don't you think, Clark?
Yeah.
No.
He'd return after the main event. Take all the
He'd rather be in the poster.
He wouldn't take the risk of the return being criticized without somebody else to blame for why the return didn't go well. And so, of course, he'll let it be telegraphed, and we can all blame Triple H. But Cody's still the good guy. That's no. Trust me, I vetted that one too, Josh. I do hear where you're coming from. But I vetted that theory as well.
Biggs agrees too. This is horrific. Everybody's just you're infecting all these innocent minds, Clark.
We're giving him exactly what he wants.
Oh, boy.
Outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. Anyway, up next, let's talk a little bit of All Elite Wrestling, because it has been confirmed by Tony Khan that Bryan Danielson is returning to AEW Dynamite tonight and it's going to be behind the commentary desk. He is no longer a wrestler. I'm going to be honest. I'm certain we're going to see him back at the ring at some point. But for right now, he is going to be on commentary. As far as I know, as far as I can find in my research, it has not been announced who he is going to be replacing. I really hope they don't do a 4-man commentary booth, but I'm going to be honest here. I would love it if they just swapped out Daniel Bryan and Tony Schiavone, right? Because Tony, I'm a big fan of his, but right now on Dynamite, I just kind of feel like his commentary is a little bit distracting at times. I'm not a big fan of him alongside Excalibur. I think they both work better separately. Tony works better with Nigel, and then Excalibur works better with commentators who are a little bit more focused on the in-ring action. If that's the case, Clark, I am delighted by this news, but what's your take?
Honestly, I'm fired up too, Ben. I don't know necessarily about the order there. I think Danielson could work with Shivani or Excalibur, either or there. But I don't know anybody that's not currently on a desk in the wrestling industry that's more knowledgeable, more of a student of the game than Bryan Danielson. He's born for this. And if it's something he's willing to do, because, Bryan's never been the most talkative guy, but he's great at it, right? That's his gig isn't necessarily that he's like the big chatty over the top personality. He's very down to earth and whatnot, but he's so calculated. He's so smart. He has such an understanding of professional wrestling. I think he can really thrive at the desk. And I'm excited no matter who they pair him with. I would love, considering the Jim Ross contract, to hear just a single match. I think it could be really good because of Danielson's knowledge down the road at a pay-per-view. 2-man desk, just Jim Ross and Danielson one time. I think could be absolutely off the charts. I think Danielson could fill that other side and bring the best out of Jim Ross and give us one more Hall of Fame right off into the sunset type performance in a big spot. I think Danielson could bring that out of JR, and I think JR could bring it out of Danielson. I'd love to see that personally.
You know what? That's something I haven't even thought about, but I think you are bang on the money. Those two guys with nobody else, like don't get a third man, just those two guys on a pay-per-view match, that could be absolutely extraordinary. I want to see it now, Clark.
Yeah, truthfully, that's the first thing I thought of when I saw this headline. I was like, oh man, JR and Danielson makes a lot of sense. That would be really, really, really good. And the back and forth between the two, the balance you can strike. Danielson's knowledge of wrestling is otherworldly. He's a savant.
Unreal.
He is a professional wrestling savant. And not even that, outside the ring, we know he's such a historian. You can start naming matches from back in the day. He'll tell you spots, right? Like he knows more about the game than almost anybody involved. And I think that's also what sort of brought him to the dance in his own career, right? He dedicated so much to this. Commentary, perfect. But please do, like I said before, not to repeat myself, but one time, Jim Ross,
we need it.
Danielson, we need it. And a big match.
We absolutely do. Big says it would be iconic. Agreed. Fernando says Bryan can become as good or better than Jesse Ventura or Larry Zbyszko. I mean, that is a huge call out the gates, but honestly, I'm not mad at it.
I'm not either. And I also think he can go heel or babyface commentator down the road.
That's true.
He's going to be a babyface commentator for now, but down the road, I think Bryan can. If anybody can flip that switch, it's Bryan Danielson, and I will not be shocked if he does it at some point.
I'm not either. And the other point about this is obviously he's very young still. Like, I mean, obviously he's, very close to the end of his wrestling career, if not already retired. But it is possible that we do see Bryan Danielson do commentary for the rest of his life, basically, because he loves wrestling that much.
Yeah,
he can do that. I mean, you look at a Jim Ross, right, who was head of talent relations and a commentator as well, whether it be color commentator or play-by-play. I think Bryan could eventually do both. Right now, color commentary is the spot, right, as far as the microphones are concerned. Less likely to do the play-by-play. I think down the road he could easily do both. He doesn't know all the moves. Like, you know what I mean? I think Bryan could probably figure that out, because I also am one of those people that believes he can pretty much almost do whatever he wants if he puts his mind to it.
Yeah.
So I
easily.
If he wanted to is more my point there. But having something backstage, using Brian's knowledge, we as pro wrestling fans, and I even personally, we need him to have an impact on the industry for as long as possible.
And I think that's what he wants as well. He's obsessed with it.
Exactly. And he's only provided good all this time, over and over and over and over again, consistently. He's given so much. And the fact that he enjoys it too, I think it's the double whammy. I'd love commentary and then booking, whatever, head of talent relations. I don't care what it is. But we need Bryan Danielson to have his fingerprints all over the professional wrestling industry for as long as humanly possible.
Absolutely. And the other point as well is, I mean, WWE have struggled for years to find babyface color commentators. It is something they've really struggled with. I mean, look, if he ever wants to leave AEW and go back to WWE in a backstage, mentality, I mean, look, I think he could have a very successful career there too. I'm now coming into this segment, right? I was like, oh, it's going to be cool to hear him on Dynamite again. I am now excited for the next 10 to 20 to 30 years of hearing Bryan Danielson behind this commentary desk. I mean, Josh, do you think that potentially he could end up being one of the all-time commentators?
I don't see why not. It's like you guys said, he's a savant. He is incredible. He is the most knowledge, maybe some of the most knowledge there is about professional wrestling. Paul Heyman, Bryan Danielson, those are the names you think about. It's the people that have been in the industry the longest, people that have done and played every role and every character there is to do. He's up there. And, there's a reason why he couldn't even last a year out of professional wrestling. He retired October 2024. He's already back. He loves this. It's his life. He lives, he breathes professional wrestling. It's about time he's back. And like Tony Khan said it in the presser or wherever he announced it, people want to see Bryan Danielson on television. Yeah. Everybody wants to see Bryan Danielson. Everybody loves the guy. So bring him back. I think he could be a great commentator. I don't see why not. He's not going to be a play-by-play type of guy, but he'll be the analyst, like and you said in the comments. He said Daniel Bryan will be the Tony Romo of wrestling commentary. Ooh. Very good comparison. Same thing. He's going to be predicting spots before they even happen, all this type of stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited.
Absolutely. I have no clue who Tony Romo is. I was just saying, who is he?
He's a former Cowboys quarterback. He's the CBS commentator opposite Jim Nantz.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But
good golfer too.
Oh, okay. He can also golf. On that note then, guys, let's make a couple of announcements, shall we? It's Wednesday after all. It's AEW Day. So what would I be doing if I didn't have a couple of announcements? The first one.
Are they major announcements before you go, Ben?
Not really. I mean, for fans of Allison Analysis, it is. But outside of that, no. Basically, everybody knows we moved Allison Analysis to a new YouTube channel called Allison Analysis a couple of months ago. And the reason for this is we were experimenting with the YouTube algorithm. It's an absolute headache to understand, but we still work hard and are trying to understand it. And it has been one of the biggest L's of my life. Moving that off this channel and onto that channel. The views sure have gone slightly down. The views there have gone down. So it is coming back. Allison Analysis is returning, not to that channel, but to this channel, the Wrestling Republic channel. But don't unsubscribe from there because who knows? In the future, there could be more content. But the Wrestling Republic Undercard YouTube channel will remain unchanged. So make sure to go over there and subscribe to our second channel, Wrestling Republic Undercard, for exclusive videos, clips, and more. We've been really grinding with the clips over there over the last few weeks. Literally every single day, there's 2 to 3 clips. Make sure to go and check it out. Plus, on this YouTube channel, we have got some new videos coming out very, very soon as well. We are going to be trying to upload daily videos as well in going alongside the daily broadcast, so make sure to check that out. But yeah, to summarize, Allison Analysis back on this YouTube channel, and there's going to be more videos here as well. Up next, let's talk about Tyler Breeze, shall we? Tyler Breeze made his return last night to NXT television, and he's been gone from wrestling for a little bit of time, but it was fantastic to see him back. And over the last few weeks on this very show, we have heard Shard, we have heard Clark talking about how in NXT, especially on the men's side, things have gotten a little bit stale. There's too many green talents, and the ones who are experienced are going to be getting called up very, very soon. Would it perhaps be beneficial for a veteran like Tyler Breeze to return long term? That is the question I want to ask you, Josh.
I've been waiting for this for so long, and it's about damn time. I think Tyler Breeze gets back into a WWE ring. And look, like you said, Ben, he has been out of WWE, but he has not been out of professional wrestling. If you guys don't know, he owns Flatback Wrestling Training School, which alongside Sean Spears, actually another NXT member. So he's been within professional wrestling, working on the indies here and there, but also training the future of this sport for the last, I assume, few years, 5-6 years maybe. So look, I know we're going to talk a lot about our Mount Rushmores of NXT stars coming up later, but man, he was a great wrestler and he was a great character. And I absolutely hope Tyler Breeze joins NXT full time. I really hope this is not just a homecoming thing at Full Sail next week. And look, tipping my hat to Shawn Michaels and NXT Creative, because this Full Sail homecoming show is going to get the show that it deserves. Full Sail is such a nostalgic place. It just brings back so many good memories of some of the best wrestling ever at Black and Gold NXT era. And we're going to get to see, Tyler Breeze, DIY, Rhea Ripley, all these people, guys and girls that came up from Full Sail in the Performance Center into these mega stars. And I can't wait. But Tyler Breeze, he was incredible. I really can't say enough good stuff about Tyler Breeze. And I really think he was one of the more underrated stars too. I think everyone wants to talk about your Finn Balor's, your Johnny Garganos, Tommaso Ciampas. Man, Tyler Breeze was right there. He really was. He was one of the earlier stars, a little bit even before Black and Gold era, but he really was the one that helped put NXT back on the map. Not back on kind of back on the map, I guess, if 2010 NXT counts, the whole game show stuff, but we're not going to talk about that. But look, yeah, and also, like you said, not only is he a great wrestler and a great character that the NXT male roster could use, like you said, he's a veteran. He's been there, done that. He's been on main roster, NXT, WrestleMania. He's been everywhere. He's been around the world. He can teach so much valuable knowledge to these young wrestlers on NXT and even in the Performance Center and the weekly trainings. And I don't see why not. I don't see a single con of bringing back Tyler Breeze, only pros.
I absolutely agree with you, Josh. I really do, and it looks like the comments do as well. The Atomic Merp says, I missed him. I don't know if Fandango will join him since he's been back and forth with TNA. I mean, I'd love to see them team up once again. Angie, Anna, you are very excited for this in the chat. And DCX Warlord correctly pointing out that Tyler Breeze had a match a few months ago at Deadlock Pro Wrestling, teaming up with pro wrestling YouTuber Chris Danger. I completely forgot about that, but that did happen.
It happened. It did.
Yeah.
But, I mean, this is a good point as well. He actually brought back the selfie stick last night for the first time in a long while.
I love
because, yeah, he abandoned it with the Fashion Police because, of course, Austin Theory had nicked the idea for a little bit.
Whoops. I mean, hey, the way I look at it, it's really interesting. This homecoming concept, I don't know if is beneficial. Obviously, we're on Off the Air all the time, and we have a lot of discussions about the men's division, as you previously mentioned, right? And I've been thinking about this a lot. Homecoming just brings back a bunch of former men's wrestlers. Yes, women's wrestlers too, but that's different with that division right now. It's a little bit healthier. The men's division is so thin. Now we've pulled the wool over our eyes and we've got all these returns. We've got DIY. We've got Prince Pretty's the one that logically makes sense to come back full time. 100%. But it does put a stall on solving the men's division problem. It puts a Band-Aid on it, right? That's what.
I just think it creates a better mix. I don't think that.
No, I would agree, but it's not sticking for the long term. We're telling one story to head to this PLE, and then everyone's going to head back to their normal houses, right? This is it's like throwing a party. Everyone's going to be at the party, but then they're all going to go sleep at their own places, and Tyler Breeze joining NXT full time, I think, would be huge. A veteran influence to work with the up and comers. Obviously, Josh mentioned flatbacks and whatnot. Of the returns, and this is no knock on like Gargano or Ciampa in any way. I just learned that, by the way. I've been saying it wrong all time. My bad. Samoso Ciampa. Sorry, like I've been saying both of them wrong.
But are you saying this is a bad idea then, this homecoming show?
I'm saying that the homecoming show is a good idea. It doesn't solve the problem with the current men's division. So,
okay.
So because multiple things can be true at once, right?
Yeah.
I don't have an issue with the homecoming concept. I have an issue with the timing of it here. Could they control that? Probably not. They're doing it during college football homecoming. That's like an American tradition, right?
I mean, I will also say, though, too, to be fair to them, like, it's a one-night show and it's like a 2-week build. It's not like we're seeing on main roster stars for weeks and weeks on end. It's a couple of week thing, and I think it's a lot of fun. And I'm going to be honest, I'll say this. This is the first time in a long time, in fact, I actually think since 2019, where NXT has stacked a show which isn't actually going up against AEW. It's pleasant surprise.
I think we're way more on the same page than you even realize, Ben. Like, honestly, I love the concept, and I'm more entertained by this than I have been the summer of NXT so far. What I'm worried about is what the back end looks like. What's the Tuesday afterwards look like when none of them are there?
Well, right? That's the funniest thing, right?
Yeah.
The only NXT guy in the main event or the tag match is Trick Williams, who this could be his last NXT match.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is quite funny. They're all going.
Because to your point, like, I think we're pretty much on the same page. I'm super excited about the show because of the returns, because of the homecoming aspect of it. My fear is, what does that Tuesday after look like?
I mean, look, fair enough on that. I can't really argue with it, to be honest. Matt Williams is in the comments. Shout out to you, but he wants to bring back Doink the Clown.
Which one?
Yeah, I mean, there's just the gimmick, maybe. Just bring the gimmick back.
But the main guy is passed away. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Well, I think we'll have to put Austin Theory in the mask and give him something.
Austin Theory is Doink.
Yeah, I actually made that joke in a YouTube thumbnail. I made that same joke in a YouTube thumbnail like 2 years ago.
I remember seeing that.
It's different hearing it verbally.
But, guys, should we do a Mount Rushmore here? If you guys don't know what this Mount Rushmore is, basically, we all get 4 picks. It's a snake draft, and today's topic is who the best NXT star of all time is, right? So it's not taking into account their main roster runs or anything like that. We are just talking their NXT runs. So without further ado, this is a Mount Rushmore of the best NXT stars of all time. I'm going to kick us off, and I'm going to take Johnny Gargano. He was the heart and soul of the black and gold brand. He was the guy who all the storylines were realistically built around, and he even stayed in NXT after he wasn't needed. He even helped prepare the brand for once he left them. Clark, you are up next.
I am taking Asuka, undefeated streak. Enough said. Come on. Asuka was so dominant. I'm taking Asuka with my first pick because I just could not let that get away from me.
Do you know what? That is a fantastic pick. I can't argue with it at all. Josh, you're up.
I'm going to take Kevin Owens, the best heel NXT ever had, in my opinion. His feud with Sami Zayn, unmatched.
Wow, okay. I'm a bit surprised that he's been taken so early, but you are right. That moment on the barricade to Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
I mean, the barricade on the apron to Sami Zayn. That was unbelievable. There's no doubting that. Josh, you're back up again.
Yeah, I'm going to take Sasha Banks. In my opinion, the best women's wrestler to come out of NXT. She built that division alongside, Bayley, Charlotte, Becky, and they made women's wrestling mean something again.
Another fantastic pick. And I actually almost forgot about Sasha Banks. I feel like I haven't even done it justice here because she's not even on my list of 12 names. Clark, what about you?
I was more afraid that Josh would take Asuka than Sasha, or she was my first pick. I've never been more disappointed. I've never been more disappointed. I probably would have gone the same either way, but I'll take Bayley because of that as my backup pick here in this round. The best women's match. including the Revolution, all of that in Brooklyn, most impactful, mattered the most, all of that, launched 2 careers and 2 more that weren't even in it. Charlotte and Becky, because of the attachment to them, with the way that narrative all went down. Yeah, I'll take Bayley. Easy second pick there.
Up next, I'm back up. I was actually going to take Bayley, so I'm really annoyed you got her first, Clark. But I'm going to take Adam Cole, Undisputed Era. I mean, from his debut, let's face it, this was the peak of Adam Cole's entire career, right? He has not been the same since. He hasn't been the same since at all. So for that reason, I'm going to take Adam Cole as my second pick. As my third pick, it's back round to me again. I'm going to take Finn Balor because there was nothing like NXT Finn Balor. That demon gimmick, we all thought he was going to be a future WrestleMania main eventer. We thought this guy is the guy for the next 10 years plus. It didn't really work out that way, but the feeling he gave you, the vibe you got from him when he was in NXT, it was just off the charts. So an easy third pick for me. What about you, Clark?
I can't believe I can still get her. I'm taking Rhea Ripley, no doubt. The only one that ever defended the NXT Women's World title at a WrestleMania, and she did it against Charlotte Flair, no less. Rhea Ripley might be the most underrated NXT superstar yet. I'm so stoked I got her in the 3rd round. You're kidding me.
I'm so annoyed because I was really hoping to take her next. I was stuck between her and Balor. But, for me, obviously we've drafted Oscar and Bayley too. Sorry, we've drafted Oscar and Sasha Banks too. For me, it's Bayley and Rhea Ripley are the top 2 women in NXT history. I really feel that way because, to your point, Rhea Ripley took that title to WrestleMania. You can't really deny that. And Bayley is, of course, Bayley. Josh, what is your third pick?
I'm going to take Sami Zayn. I think best babyface there was in NXT. He made that hero story and that underdog story just so much. So he made it feel special.
Absolutely. A fantastic pick. What about your 4th pick?
4th pick. I'm in between picks.
Ooh.
I think I'm going to go Tommaso Ciampa. I think he made the NXT Championship feel special. He was obsessed with the belt. His feud to the Gargano unmatched as well. Yeah.
Unbelievable pick. There's no doubt about it. Look, at the end of the day, him and Gargano, that was, I think, at least in my opinion, the greatest story in NXT history. It was just unbelievable.
No
it really was. I think everybody who was a fan at that time remembers the feeling when you saw, Ciampa put Gargano into the Titantron and then take him off the announce table. I remember sitting on the edge of my bed watching it, just goosebumps, head in my hands. It was crazy. Yeah. Absolutely crazy. Clark, what is your final pick?
Okay, I'm going to have to ask you for a favor on this one. May I please, because the headline says Mount Rushmore of the best NXT star and not necessarily NXT superstar or wrestler. May I have
you can't
Corey
take
Graves?
2.
Can I take Corey Graves as my pick? I would like Corey Graves as the commentator as my pick for the 4th of my Mount Rushmore because I think he deserves it. And I'm still going to cut my promo on him because you know what? I know that we have time. Corey Graves deserves this spot on Mount Rushmore, and Ben is wrong about this.
He's not going to get it.
That he's going to deny it, but Corey Graves deserves this spot because he is the best commentator that has come from NXT. He's the most versatile commentator on the WWE roster, period, and he truthfully does deserve this spot. And the next time I have to do one of these lists, you better specify wrestler and not part of the cast.
Yeah, but star means superstar.
I'm not gonna go to my backup.
A commentator isn't considered a superstar. That's just
he did wrestle. He did technically wrestle.
That's what I thought he was going to do. I thought he was going to take him as a wrestler, which would be a bit of a diabolical shout. But
I'm taking Corey Graves, the commentator, because
you're not. But who's your actual final pick?
It's fine, but Corey Graves. Everyone go online and remember #justice for Corey. All right. I just want that to be very clear in this, but give me Charlotte Flair. I'll take the majority of the
Screw you.
And I knew that's why. Oh, you could have had her. You're bad.
You could have if you took
referee.
Corey.
Whoops.
She's not a referee. She's not a referee. Corey Graves isn't common. What am I even saying at this point? I give up.
You cost yourself Charlotte, Ben.
Oh gosh. I mean, I've gone from in this round having 3 out of my top 5 still available on the board to having none of those. I mean, it's absolutely horrific for me. You know what? I've gone for kind of the black and gold days. I'm going to take one wrestler from the latest generation of NXT, a guy who was in the NXT title scene for literally a few years, and not many people can say that. I'm taking Braun Breaker as my final pick.
Ooh, that's a good pick. That's
Newer one, and
like
a newer
that.
one, that is for sure.
Could have had Charlotte if you gave me Graves.
But then I would, for the sake of the game, I wouldn't let that happen, right? For the prestigiousness of this Mount Rushmore, I was protecting that. I was saving you, Clark.
I feel saved.
The Atomic Merp is bang on short. I wish Bianca had an NXT title run, because if she did, she would have been my 4th pick there. She was who I wanted to pick, to be honest with you.
It's funny because I was thinking, dude, like, if we were talking about like main roster success, like Damian Priest in that conversation, but like he didn't.
No, not an
His
NXT.
NXT one wasn't that crazy, so it's like he's not even really on the draft board there, which is fascinating to me.
I did love his character in NXT though. He had a very cool character in NXT.
He did.
The
He
whole
did.
Archer and the
No
entrance
doubt.
was cool.
Just in a hot tub all the time. Just loving the hot tubs. And University says over Melo, Ben. That's crazy. I mean, look, I mean, you guys know me. I'm a huge fan of Carmelo Hayes. I interviewed him when, you know, he was a nobody, as I like to often point out, right? And I said, this guy is the next big thing. And look, the only person holding him back is Triple H. But I mean, look, I do completely agree. He's a fantastic name, but I just don't think he's as good as Braun Breaker in terms of his time in NXT. Braun Breaker held that title for so long. Yes, Melo did hold both titles. He was a double champion, but Braun Breaker also was the last NXT UK champion as well. So you've got to give him credit for that.
100%. I mean, I think Melo and Breaker's a razor thin conversation. Both had equally awesome success in NXT.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was gonna say my 5th option because I said I was in between for my I forget who I said for my 4th option was. Do you have it?
Ciampa.
Yeah, I was in between Ciampa. I was maybe gonna pick Bobby Roode because I mean he was special. I was like really thinking about it. I know. I low key regret it now. That's why I'm saying it out loud. I low key regret it. But it was
Oh gosh. But Leon Ruff is the most underrated NXT North American champion ever, says DCX Warlord. Leon Ruff was awesome, but he was like given a push for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Literally, it was like 2 weeks during the pandemic or whatever. Oh, it was crazy. Donnie says Bobby for sure. I mean, yeah, I can't believe he's actually not on any of our lists. That is crazy. I do feel like, 'cause obviously the main roster went so badly that just kind of went over our heads a little bit.
Yeah.
But that vibe.
Even
Glorious.
Shinsuke not getting picked is kind of interesting to me. I considered Shinsuke.
He was in my 12. He was in my 12.
Yeah.
But that does, guys, I mean, almost bring us to the end of the show. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We really do appreciate it. And like I said before, remember, Allison Analysis is now going to be back on the Wrestling Republic YouTube channel every Tuesday Raw, every Saturday SmackDown. Check that out. Also, Samoa Joe's another one we missed. I mean, there's so many at the end of the day.
There's some good ones.
Oh, Samoa Joe should have been my pick instead of Braun Breaker, actually. Because Samoa Joe was a 2-time champion, too. Oh, we messed up. We messed up.
Should just let me have Graves.
No, Graves already in a worse pick. Now we know all
Graves.
these.
Justice for Graves. No.
Another one, Roxanne Perez is a great mention as well.
Bro.
Shayna Baszler, Ember Moon. They're all... How did we forget Samoa Joe? Seriously, guys.
So many great NXT stars. So many.
We all need to go away and just lie in a dark
too.
room now after all this, because this is horrific.
2 belts, first time 2 belts.
Keith, that's true as well. I mean, I just didn't think in ring after as soon as the pandemic came, I thought Keith Lee dropped off in ring in NXT. That's why he wasn't there for me, because I felt like his peak card placement wise in NXT was actually his weakest in-ring work. But anyway, we are actually going to end the show now, guys. Thank you so much to Josh. Thank you so much for Clark. And most importantly, thank you to all of you who have commented and watched along with us. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. We will be back same time, same place tomorrow to talk a little bit of AEW Dynamite. That one is going to be a fun one. Clark, Des, and you, I do believe. But on that note, we will see you guys tomorrow. I'm just waiting for the clock to hit the 40 because we've never done one under 40 and I don't want this to be the first.
We're not going to ruin it. Peace.
Peace.
We did it.